Oh, I love evil. Oh, I love this. Hey, Josh, we spoke last April. We only had the one call, so you might not remember much, if any. After our call, it hit me that you could not make me or my wife really feel comfortable retiring. But long story short, we did retire. Sold our rentals, paid off all debt. Very important peace of mind. Took a 2.5 week trip through Vague, Texas to visit family. Very important to the heart. I took my 13-year-old grandson on a pizza run in New York City just for the hell of it. The priceless thing. We just took off. Just last week, took my family, 7 grandkids, son-in-laws, to someplace in Kentucky. Good for the soul. Then my wife and I went to Gateway Arch, then Kansas City, and then someplace in Kansas City for Firebird Chicken. I don't know what that is, and this is just the first year. So I decided to touch base to let you know that it helped me feel better about my thinking. He said we bought some VUSTX on as Vanguard, something I'm not sure. Short-term treasuries probably. The last rental we closed on October 7th. We gave the renter time to get her finance in order. We have plenty of cash now. Cash was a problem in our plan. So even though the cash from the sale will supplement our cash position, I can't leave this much sitting on the sideline. We moved $120K into our short-term treasuries and long-term treasuries. He said, you may not agree. I freaking 100% agree. And I just saw your video this morning about bonds. I can live with the yields, and any upside would be a bonus. It is insane. People don't see it. Anyway, still watching and proud to be done with the rat race. And they got a picture of their puppy, which obviously I'm not going to show. I would show the puppy if they just show the puppy, but I can't show them. Let me see if I can just make him bigger. Yeah, I can't. I wish I had a picture just of the dog because he's just so cute looking at me like, hi, Josh. My name's Puppy. I wish I could show it to you. Oh, man. So I'm talking with Kevin. What I do is I take a trip with all my kids. I took Chloe to Seattle, Washington. We drove around all around the state of Washington. I took Maddie to to Boston and then up to Maine. We saw the Winter Classic for the Bruins and the Habs. And Kevin were thinking about it. I was thinking, why don't we just go up to Calgary? Stupid baby, Trudeau, baby Castro just opened up the place for Calgary where you don't need to be jabbed because we're not jabbed. And I said, it never will be. I said, why don't we just go up to Calgary? And he was like, yeah, maybe, but he's got school. So I was like, but you just do this. We don't have a crap little job, just up and leave, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my man did. He just took his kid to a New York City pizza run. How awesome is that? It's awesome, man. So Liam, I'm not sure where Liam wants to go. Probably Boston to see the Celtics. He loves the Celtics for some reason, but we'll see. We'll see. Cav, I'm not sure exactly where Cav wants to go, but they get to choose. Continental U.S. man, you know what I'm saying? And we go for a week and just chill, maybe 5 days. And I'm not retired, but I'm self-employed, so I can make my own schedule. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's so. I was talking to these people today, and they're so. The lady grew up on a farm, so she has her bills down to a friggin' penny. And this guy did incredible work on the software in terms of putting in all of his expenses. I'd never seen that before. And I said, are you really going to spend all this until we're going through these various tidbits until the day you die? Because they only had like a 40% probability of success. And I'm looking at it and said, no, anyway, I knew what was going on. They double dipped their expense, double billed themselves for expenses, whatnot. But I'm looking at them like, there's no way you're spending this kind of money from now until the day you die. I mean, maybe for the next 10 years of go-go years and stuff, as I talk about, but it ain't happening. And anyway, long story short, so we're going back and we're kind of cleaning it up, and they have these guys are just. But he's been ground down. He's a heavy equipment mechanic. He's just been ground down, man. You know what I'm saying? And his body's just crumbling, and he's not that old. He's only like 50 in the 50s. And I said, what if you just cut it out 2 years early? Why are we convinced we have to stay on until we're 67? And the wife said, "Well, isn't that basically under the assumption that retirement age meant when you jump on Medicare and when you take Social Security?" I said, "No." And I said, we started looking at Obamacare premiums, if they got no income, and they're like, you just, I was just like, I mean, they can do whatever they got to do. Because I gave them food to think about, if that makes sense, food for thought, because they didn't think about it like that. And but I mean, like you're literally like she's on her feet 8 to 16 hours a day. He's working on heavy mechanic vehicles. He's been doing it since probably got out of college. 30 years ago. No, hell, probably more than that. I was like, ah. Oh. And they don't spend that much. They have I just they want to spend a little bit to go like my man here. But I was like, man, the it's too short. I say this till I blew the face. Too short. Too short. Anyway, when I get emails like that, it makes my heart a flutter because I'm like, I'm having an impact on people who don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Other than YouTube, it's crazy to me. I'm like, your old buddy Josh. I'm just a poor white trash from Maine, and yet here I am because I like to read, I like to think, and people value my stuff. Some people. I was watching some of my videos of some trolls like, "You said this." All right, whatever. I mean, do I make mistakes on occasion when I say 2 plus 2 is 5? I meant to say 4, sure. And people bash you for that. It's funny, actually. It's like, man, all right. Hey, stay watching to make sure you stay watching to correct my mistakes because YouTube likes when people watch. Pays me that sweet, sweet YouTube money. Anyway, I love it. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.